How's it going, guys? Shape here, and welcome to the channel. This video is going to go over my thoughts of what are going to be the top ways to make gold at the launch of Shadowlands. This will be my last video before the launch, and in case you guys didn't hear, to celebrate 8,000 subscribers, I'm going to be doing a live stream for the launch over on Twitch. I asked the community and there was enough support to dust off the live stream gear and power it up. I will have my Twitch channel linked in the description below so you guys can go and follow so you know when I go live. I usually go pretty hard for the launches, assuming everything goes smoothly, so it's going to be a pretty long stream and we're going to be doing some giveaways as well. I plan on having multiple characters up to max level in the first week to really get a head start on gold making methods to share with you guys. More to come on that, so just stay tuned to my Discord and the community page on YouTube. Before we hop into the video, I just wanted to reiterate that these are my thoughts and opinions on what is going to be the best ways to make gold at the start of the expansion. I am basing those thoughts off of past expansions and I have been a part of and seen players make a huge amount of gold. I think a lot of these methods will hold true in Shadowlands, but wanted to break it down for you guys so you know what to focus on. So with that said, let's hop into it. Be sure to turn on your notifications, make sure you have that bell rung, and drop a like so you don't miss any of my future content. The first method of making gold in Shadowlands is going to be with any of the gathering professions. No matter if you are using your materials for your own crafting or just selling them on the auction house, this has been and might always be one of the best ways to make gold at the start of the expansion. If you are by chance leveling a druid and don't have professions picked out, I would suggest getting mining and herbalism because you can't beat a druid on the efficiency of farming these materials. At the start of every expansion, the new materials are sky high in price and they sell faster than you can put them on the auction house. You will also receive experience for gathering professions while you are leveling, so if you are more on the passive side of leveling or like taking your time, then this is a great way to level up and make a ton of gold in the process. I have heard that the experience has been reduced in Shadowlands, but it doesn't seem to take as long to get to max level either, so it might all equal up in the end. I don't think that one gathering profession is going to be miles above any of the others, so do what makes sense to you when deciding on which one of these to choose. Skinning and mining seem to be extremely good choices from what I have seen in the beta, but you can never count out herbalism because it is needed more towards raid time with the ties to alchemy and inscription. There will also be no flying at the very beginning, so your time is more valuable and you can charge more of a premium to go out and farm these materials as well. One thing I did want to point out to you guys is try and find someone that will buy your materials in bulk and you become their go-to supplier. This isn't always possible, but over the years I have found people in the trade chat that are looking for bulk supply and a consistent price to avoid the auction house cost. Now you have to keep in mind this might not get you the most gold in the end, but you also don't have to worry about selling it on the auction house or the cut that is taken, as well as others undercutting you, because that is going to happen. It isn't as bad at the beginning of expansions because everyone is buying, so that's something to keep in mind. If you do find that go-to buyer, it will make your lives a whole lot easier in my opinion, and you just keep that supply going. Gathering is one of my all-time favorite methods to make gold because it is definitely more relaxing to just get your route down and keep looping over and over while you watch some shows or videos. If you haven't tried gathering before the beginning of expansion, I suggest you try it out for this upcoming launch. The second method of making gold in Shadowlands is going to be the crafting professions. A ton of players craft all expansion long and just buy the materials off the auction house and craft items to make a profit. At the beginning of an expansion, players are going to be looking for gear to get into dungeons if they don't pick it up questing, as well as leveling a little bit faster. As we just discussed, these are the players that you want to send your materials to in bulk, and if you can find one, it can be mutually beneficial to both of you. This is because going out and farming isn't going to be worth the crafter's time in most cases. They will pay top dollar for others to go out and do that for them as long as they can make a profit on their items. I also think legendaries are going to bring what may have been missing with crafting professions into the game now. It is still up in the air about the actual cost of vendor materials for all crafters, so this may make all the items super expensive off the start. I also don't think it's going to matter too much which crafting profession you go with because all of them seem to be pretty equal in terms of the potential. I know some professions tend to do better than others, but until we actually see how the market is going to play out, as well as having to grind different reps with the different covenants for certain items, we won't really know which is best. Personally, I haven't even finalized the crafting profession I'm going to focus on in Shadowlands yet. I'm going to focus on leveling characters up as quick as possible and watching how the markets are shaking out to make that decision. I will focus on gathering the materials and go from there to see which option is the best for me, so I suggest you guys do that if you can as well. Finally, I wanted to go over the last method you guys should focus on at the launch of Shadowlands to make some serious gold. Open world farms with killing a ton of mobs over and over to make them hyperspawn has really become a valuable way to make some crazy amounts of gold. What I'm referring to is called 2x4 farms. If you guys haven't seen any of my past videos covering this topic, the quick rundown is form 2 groups of 4 players in each group and hyperspawn certain mobs that have a chance of dropping some sort of item. You get a good amount of raw gold from this, as well as a chance of the expensive item dropping, such as a BOE or mount. The reason you want to form 2 groups of 4 is so you can both tag the mobs and increase the mobs per hour killed with having more people to do so. If you add a 5th member to either group, then those mobs will gray out for the other group. That is why it is imperative that you have 2 groups of 4 people at the most. I am not quite sure what the go-to spot is going to be for the 2x4 farms in Shadowlands yet, but you can easily find these in custom group finders, or people are always looking for more to do these types of farms in my Discord. The popular BFA farms were tied to the mount drops and BOEs at the beginning, and I'm sure that will be the same for Shadowlands. And BFA players were making millions and millions of gold in a few days if they were lucky enough to get the BOE or mounts to drop. Also, a little side note here is that some players still have been doing the 2x4 farms in BFA, so it might be your last chance to snag some of those mounts before players stop doing them and the price skyrockets. Whether you want it for your personal collection or you just want to stock up on a few mounts to make huge profits in Shadowlands, then I suggest you check your auction house to see what the prices are. If they are low enough, then I would suggest picking up a couple. The mounts to be on the lookout for are going to be Golden Mane's Reins, Chewed On Reins of the Terrified Pack Mule, and Captured Dune Scavenger. If you can get Golden Mane or a Terrified Pack Mule for under 100,000 gold, I think you would be able to flip that for a huge profit in Shadowlands once they become less available on the auction house. If you can get the Captured Dune Scavenger for under 50,000 gold, then I also think you can make a profit for that and scoop those up. All this is assuming you have some extra gold to play around with and not break the bank either, so don't invest all your gold in this if that's all you have. I wanted to cover some of these different types of methods for you guys because I know not everyone likes going out and gathering and would rather just kill mobs for hours on end. Then again, there are players that have a large bankroll that just buy materials to craft items and sell them for a profit. The joy of gold making is that there isn't one way to make a ton of gold, and having those options of what farms to do just makes it so much better. Well, there you have it, guys, my thoughts on how to make the most gold at the start of Shadowlands. I hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe and drop a like if you enjoyed the video to show some love for the channel, and I will catch you guys next time.